Okay, so in this bass line, what I'm doing with my thumb here in the right hand, I'm playing down, down, up, down. It's on the 12th fret on the A string, so playing A, down, down, up, down. And I'm using this part of my thumb. Down, down, up, down. Now, this style of playing, it might be completely new to you. A great way to work on that is you could, if you've never used your thumb before, practice your scales or any kind of exercises that you do just using that part of the thumb, or using the thumb as a downstroke and upstroke with your finger there. What we don't want is something too strong or with any sort of trebly twang. Well, it's quite the Congolese way of playing. It's very relaxed. You know, you won't see people straining at all. Down, down, up, down. So do this with me. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. So I'm going to add in the next part. We just play the octave, the A octave and the low E. Down, down, up, down. Like this. We're just doing now an octave on the E and low E and a high A. So we're going down, down, up, down, octave, low E, high E, low E, high A. And also with this high string, I don't want a strong or twang sound like that. It's relaxed. And then, so this runs over the A major, E major. So the chord 1 and 5. Now when we get to the D, we repeat the same pattern. I kind of refer to this as using symmetry on the bass. We just change the notes that we need to fit the chord, the new chord. Because now we've got D. Our first part was A major and E major, and then we've got D major and E major. So really, whatever notes we're playing on that E major can be the same. We just got to change the notes we're playing on the A major now to fit the D major chord. So, and that's quite simple. We can keep the same rhythm. So instead of, we can just move the same thing up to the D and play D, A, like that. So on the A, E, D, E, just like that. Not miss one there. Now this combination of low and high strings is a very common characteristic in soukous. Now you need the low strings because your job as a bass player, you know, you've got to underpin that harmony. If you were just playing high notes, it might sound nice, but you wouldn't be doing your function in the group as a bass player. The old school Congolese way of playing you might see some guys using is on the E string for the low notes, they would use their thumb. So they would play but also they'd be using that left hand thumb to mute the strings. So a muted note if that's a pitch note, you call it a ghost note or a muted note. You'd see on tab or notation written with an X. Usually, by taking the pressure off, you could make this kind of dead tone like that, and they'd be doing that by with their thumb. So they play. There's got a slight pitch to it, but they're coming off very quickly. To give it a sound like a kick drum. You see, I've got a bit too much sort of the harmonics ringing out. If my thumb goes down too much, so it's not got to be that sort of sound. Now, personally, the way I was taught is that your job as a bass player is underpinning the harmony. So if on a downbeat, when the kick drum's playing, you're not pitching the note, but you're playing a muted note, then you won't really be carrying out your traditional role as a bass player. It's all up to yourself personally on the kind of sound that you prefer. Also, if you are using your thumb here, it means with these fingers you've not got the kind of stretch that you usually would have. If your thumb is behind the bass, I was always taught, you could play scales, one finger per fret. But then suddenly, if you've got your thumb locking you in here, you're not going to be able to reach these notes without moving your hand. So, for the purpose of this course, at the moment, it's up to you what sort of route you want to follow in the future. But I'm not going to be using my thumb in that way. We're going to continue like this.